Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. In today's video, I'll be using the Season of Wonder collection by Stampendous. The Season of Wonder collection has 2 die sets and 2 stamp sets. I selected one of each to play with. The stamp set I'm using is called Christmas Blessing Sentiments. There are 14 stamps. This is a great set since it has Christian Christmas sentiments. I've already removed one of the stamps and I'll be using that on my card later on. The die set I'm using is called Christmas Morn Nativity. There are only 3 dies to the set. It has this beautiful silhouette of the Nativity, that outline arch, and also the star. Since you're not messing with a lot of fiddly dies, this is a great set for mass producing your Christmas cards. For pattern paper, I'll be using a retired collection from MISTI Papers. It's their Backgrounds Bouquet collection. I thought it would be perfect to go behind the silhouette nativity scene die cut piece. I've already gone ahead and prepped all of the pieces for my card, and I have them stored in Spellbinders craft stack tray. This is the medium size. They also have it available in the larger size, but the medium is perfect for me since it fits an A2 size card. And I love that it includes a lid. I selected one of the pattern papers and I'll cut this out using that outline arch die piece. I use black cardstock for the silhouette image. And I think it looks stunning on the pattern paper background. It looks like all these beautiful lights shining from behind it. After I cut out the background arch piece, I'll hold the silhouette die cut piece with a pair of reverse tweezers. Now I'll put glue on the back, and I'm using Barely Art glue. I'll make sure to get good coverage so all of those little areas of the die cut will lay nice and flat. And I'm trying to go fairly quickly so the glue doesn't start to dry on me. Now I'll adhere it on the pattern paper arch die cut piece. I love how it has that small border around the silhouette piece. Once I've lined it up evenly on the background, I'll place a large acrylic block on top for some added weight while the glue dries. And I did let that sit for several minutes. I love this acrylic block since it's larger than an A2 size card. For this star, I cut this out from some gold mirror cardstock that has an embossed texture on it. And this is just cardstock from my stash. Put glue on the back and adhere it on the inside of the black silhouette star. You can also use that star die and cut out that very centerpiece, but I decided to add that extra layer of cardstock with the additional die cut. For the background of my card, I'm using the same black cardstock, but to give it a little more detail and shine, I'll add some Love from Lizzie peel-offs along the right and left side of this panel. This is the pinstripe style in clear, and it has gold overlay on the edges. I'm adding the widest width down first, and since it's clear in the center, it looks like I've added 2 narrow strips of gold foiling. Next, I'll add one of the narrowest width peel-offs. So now it looks like I have 3 lines of gold foiling, and that very inside piece looks just a little bit wider since it's a single peel-off strip. Peel-offs are an easy way to add beautiful detail to your card, and this style with the gold foiling on the edges is super shiny. And I do have a link in the description box for the peel-offs. There are lots of other colors and styles available. I did cut them just a little bit longer than this panel. I'll wrap the ends around the back. Now I'll put ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base. All of my cards in this video are American Standard A2 size, 4¼ inches by 5½ inches. The Nativity die cut piece takes up most of the space of an A2 size card, so I decided I would add the sentiment on the inside. I'll grab a mini MISTI, put my card base inside, hold it in place with a magnet, and I've already added the sentiment stamp. The ink I'm using is from Honeybee Stamps. It's their intense black ink color. I love using this for sentiments. I'm stamping wishing you the gift of faith, the blessings of hope, and the peace of His love at Christmas and always. Thought this was a perfect sentiment to go with the beautiful image on the front of the card. I did ink up this sentiment several times to get a nice solid impression. Now I'll grab the die cut piece, put glue on the back, making sure to get good coverage. Then I'll add the nativity scene on the front of the card. So you can see it takes up most of the space of the card. You could add a smaller sentiment in the upper corners, but with such a lovely image, I think the sentiment works better on the inside of the card. I'll place the large acrylic block on top, let that sit for a few minutes while the glue dries. For a final finishing touch, I'm adding some lovely gold glitter on the halo above baby Jesus using scrapbook.com's Pops of Color. It's their glitter champagne color. I'll carefully add a line of the glitter pops of color on the halo above baby Jesus. Going fairly slowly, I don't want to accidentally get some on the pattern paper background. And I will let that sit for several hours while the pops of color dries. So there is my finished card. Very simple design, and I did make a total of 12. I used 3 different pattern papers for the background behind the silhouette nativity scene. I decided not to add any thick dimension or bling. That way my card lays nice and flat and I won't have to pay any additional postage when I mail them this Christmas. I love the beautiful Christian themed Christmas products that are part of the Season of Wonder collection by Stampendous. If you are interested in any of the products I used in this video, I do have links in the description box below. Although the pattern paper I used for that background piece has been retired, so I couldn't find a link for it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.